Pretty good job defensively that trip.
Harris shooting 30% from the field this season. Gives it up, knocked away, gets it back. Air ball. Pistons with a 1-point lead. Just about 4 minutes elapsed in this first quarter. Wallace blocked by Boone, and Rasheed Wallace, the veteran, sticks with the play and lays it in.
You know, that may go to our comments too, Ian, on the opener of the show when we were talking about the extra effort and the attention that you need to get to the ball, and that wasn't a good sign for the Nets the last trip defensively.
Carter, penetration, great look for Boone, who lays it in.
And Carter very aggressive against Hamilton at the offensive end of the floor. Both of these guys are going to sleep well tonight.
Off a made bucket, Pistons pushed it up the floor. Nets able to get back defensively. Iverson set things up. Hamilton missed the baseline rub. Nets trail by 1. Hamilton defending Carter, 15 to shoot. Carter makes his move and draws the foul. And it will be Rip Hamilton picking up the personal, the 3-time All-Star.
And you get the impression that Vince Carter right now feels very confident in terms of what he can do against his team. You see Boone just waiting it out. But Vince Carter, the ability to put the ball down with a purpose on the floor, Iron, brings 2 and 3 defenders for him, and it makes it easy to find another teammate.
Nets get it on the side. Carter will shoot it over Hamilton. Rims out. And Johnson tips the ball to himself. 1-point lead for Detroit. Prince feeding the post. Trying to body up inside against Johnson, and he gets called for the hack.
You see, here comes that pass. You see, has to take a step out first. He doesn't get around. He steps towards the baseline, but does not get around. If he's deciding to go for that defensive play, you got to take a step out and get around the defender.
Hamilton moving without the ball. Carter able to get back into position on defense. Wallace will fire, and rebounded by Lawrence Frank urging his team, get it up the floor in a hurry. Harris gives it up. Simmons to the post. Boone drop step. Draws defenders, and is open for 2.
Different type of player when he's shooting that ball well from the outside, because not many guys, you know, Wallace is trying to get out there, Johnson a little bit. Nobody will get out there and guard him, though.
Iverson to the hoop. Hamilton with the extra feed. He's left open. Hamilton a 3. That is a part of his game that he has improved over the last 3 years, because he was only known for his mid-range offensive skills. He has extended his range to 3-point territory.
And what's always helped him, too, is his unselfish play and able to give up the ball, because he gave up the ball first, was waiting for it a second time, and got a much better and cleaner look.
Both teams shooting it well. Carter inside. Boone has it rejected by Wallace. Out of bounds. Nets will hold on to it with 6 to shoot. And we'll get a break at 6:06 left in this first quarter. Good start for the Nets. They trail the Pistons by 2. We'll come back. More first quarter action coming up on Yes.
When we talk about multiple effort, we give an initial effort, but it's helping and not recovering, or it's guarding the ball, but our hands aren't level with the ball. It's arriving as the ball arrives, but not arriving with our hands up. It's, you know, giving help to the helper, but then not giving an extra help. So, and that's kind of where we're at, and it takes a lot of work. It's not something you just start working on 2 days ago. It's something we do every single day that, you know, while being persistent and holding guys accountable, eventually we'll get it.
Well, obviously, Lawrence Frank said a whole lot just then in terms of his feelings about the team's defense, and a lot of it was on the negative side, trying to build towards the positive. I think it comes down to technique. I think it comes down to attitude, the attitude of really coming out night in and night out and saying defense is important to us.
Now, that's one thing that you know from the Detroit Pistons. It has been an emblem of what they do. Changes in coaches, the defense always remained a constant for Detroit. That's a reason why they've been as consistent as they've been in the East. Carter off a spin, and it rims out. Oh, Vince Carter nearly had a brilliant play on the inside. Wallace running the floor, and Carter fouls him. Tar Heel against Tar Heel, and Rasheed Wallace hurdling his way into the stands. Free throws coming up.
Well, we talked about it. Look at the second man in there. Johnson makes it difficult effort there for Vince Carter at the offensive end, and then you have the big fella just running and outrunning people down the middle of the floor. A lot of times people say on the fast break guy, and as he kind of ducks, people's jumping into the stands right there. But, you know, most people think, well, when you're running the fast break, get to the outside and get a better angle. Sometimes the shortest distance down to the